Hey guys, welcome to Co-op Cinema, the place that me and my brother talk about films and stuff that we like. My name is John.
Yeah, my name is David.
How you doing, David?
Great, man. How are you? 1 through 10, how are you?
1 through 10, bro. Can I be honest with the fans, with everybody who listens? Probably about a 4.
Dude, as long as you're being honest, that's great. So moving on. Just kidding.
Don't bring that negativity to the podcast, bro.
Dude, 4 out of 10? What the heck?
I'm just messing
Have
with
you consumed any media lately, bro?
I've been consuming mate, bro. That's what I'm doing.
People have been wanting me to... 2 people told me. I said 3. If 3 people told me to try mate, I would have tried. So if one more person tells me...
Yeah, please. If one more person donates $100...
We have that shout out. It was Alan and this other guy who he watches a lot of our videos and comments. So shout out to him.
Thank you, Alan, and thank you, this other guy.
Yeah, definitely. So what have you been consuming lately?
Bro, I've been watching movies left and right, bro.
Shut up.
For real, dude. But here's the thing, man. None of these movies came out in the past 5 years.
Okay.
They're all old movies, bro.
Yeah.
First time ever, I watched E.T.
For the first time? Phone home.
E.T. phone home, bro. E.T. First time ever. My wife,
dude. Yeah.
My wife's been wanting me to watch it, and we watched it with my son. It was a nice movie. It's a nice movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah. What would you rate it out of 5?
I don't know if I can rate that movie because we were talking about this on the other episode too. It's tough to rate things that were groundbreaking because at the time they're groundbreaking, they're amazing. Today it's like, okay, I like it. It's good. I see. But I think the best thing about that movie is the wonder. Like the shots that Spielberg puts into like super close-up shots and
the long takes.
And it's interesting how like we talk about today and people say like, oh, today's all green screen. But the amount of green screen skies in E.T., I'm pretty sure you never see a regular sky at night. Like it's always like.
But it looks amazing.
But it's like, it's great.
Revolutionary.
So it's that thing. I watched E.T., bro. I watched The Iron Giant.
Hold on, before you go to The Iron Giant. So Spielberg is known for their long like exposition takes and then going into like a medium shot of the characters. So you see everything else and then you cut into like the medium shot of the characters, which is a very Spielberg shot. That's the Spielberg shot, which I think he does fantastically. And something he does really well that you can learn throughout like his takes and his movies. When you see like the big problem, right? Like the big scenario. And then you're cutting in and you see characters that are moving the camera along and guides your eyes to the characters. Yeah. And that's very smart. So hard to do, so hard to pull off, but like just everyone getting the right time and like the right movement is insane. Yeah. That's the Spielberg
One
shot.
of the greats. We should have a co-op talks about just Spielberg.
Just Spielberg in general, yeah.
That would be a great thing because one of the things he also does, he does it in Jurassic Park, actually. And I don't love it, but he'll have people on screen having different conversations at the same time.
Yes.
And it's like, but it's
cool, right? So he does that because it makes you feel like you're also there. Yeah. Where like 2 conversations are happening at the same time. So you're trying to pay attention to both. Dude, so like we could do a whole co-op talks about. We should. Because he did Jurassic Park at the same time as Schindler's List. Insane. So he was up, he only slept for like 8 hours a week sometimes. Yeah. Like, because he was filming Schindler's List, I think in Germany, where Auschwitz and all that stuff was happening. And then he would have to stay up for Jurassic Park, directing and guiding people on set from far away. Incredible. So incredible. That there was this great video that you guys should definitely watch about the documentary of like Spielberg. I've heard of that. And Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, which for Spielberg, he called it a nightmare. But I mean, for that year, he won Best Director, Best Picture for all those movies. What a year. What a year for him.
But but I also watched The Iron Giant.
For the first time, or?
No, I've seen The Iron Giant, but my wife and my kid, I never watched it. They loved it. They really liked it. My wife was in tears because it's a really good movie. I really recommend it. It's really good. Oh my God, what's that fool's name? For family. Toretto. Dominic Toretto. He's
amazing voice actor.
He's the voice actor for The Iron Giant, but I can't remember his real name right now.
Vin Diesel. I thought you said his name. I'm so sorry.
Dominic Toretto, same thing. Vin Diesel, he voice acts. Jennifer Aniston is in that movie, which I did not remember or know. It's a really good movie. Really good movie.
What would you rate that one?
I love that one though. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, 3.5 out of 5. Dude, I think that movie is really, really good as well. And they just don't make movies like that anymore.
No, it's tough.
They really don't. Like, in all honesty, you can't find a movie in the past 10 years that mimics that style and that story.
But I also watched then Ready Player One.
Nice.
Yeah, Ready Player One with my kid. He absolutely loved that. Obviously, we saw it in theaters, I believe.
Yeah.
My wife as well. So he watched it for the first time. He loved it. We were kind of on this rant of like old school movies. I think me and my wife were kind of secretly preparing my son for Ready Player One because we also watched Back to the Future one. He absolutely loved that movie. He thought it was really funny. He thought it was really good. It's because that's my wife's favorite movie, and a lot of people say it's the perfect movie, and I almost agree because it's just so entertaining. It's timeless, bro. Like my son who doesn't know things from the 60s or wherever they were doing, he totally was immersed in the world. So I don't know, man. I've been on this like random like watching.
That's really good though. I'm happy that you're watching those movies, especially with your family, man. That's so beautiful. It makes me cry.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get a call one day. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Did you get got you off guard?
Yeah.
I'm kidding, bro. I love you. That's awesome, bro.
Now tell me, bro, what have you watched, man?
Dude, I've actually watched the movie. I've watched No Country for Old Men. Have you heard about that one?
Is that the one where he's like, is that the one where he's like, I'm at a gas station and I need to find 2.5. And the other guy's like, ain't none of those guys around here. Is it?
Yeah, so I did a really good impression of, I forgot his name. No, before, but right now, I don't know if I could do it. But he was like, how much have you ever lost on a coin toss?
That was good, bro.
Call it. You know?
That was good.
Call it. What a scene and what an actor. Yeah, he definitely deserves to win the Academy Award.
I have no idea what that movie's about.
Me neither. Going into it, I only knew about that scene.
Did you just watch it?
No, going into that movie, I had nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
So obviously I won't talk about it either, but obviously amazing performance by him. He deserves to win an Academy Award picture for that role. Yeah, and I was kind of lost throughout the movie, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, because I was like, what's going on here? What's going on there? And the ending is very interesting, obviously.
I've heard about the ending. Not anything about it, but I've heard people go. Who directed that?
The Coen brothers. Yeah, dude, off the dome.
No idea what they're.
Coen brothers. Yeah, they've done other movies too. But yeah, No Country for Old Men. Honestly, great movie. So, a fun fact about No Country for Old Men, there is no soundtrack in that movie. There's no music.
That's amazing, bro. Did you notice it when you watched it?
I did, because I was like, wow, like they're using the wind as something to build suspense. They're using sound effects as something to build suspense.
I love when filmmakers do stuff creatively, right? Like that. It's amazing.
Like it would have never passed me. So definitely amazing. That movie is pretty solid. I think I would give it like a 4.5 out of 5, just because of that. But I watched that one. I watched that one just recently, so that was great. I've been watching House of the Dragon too. I'm almost done with it as well. It's not as good as Game of Thrones in my opinion, but it's still like pretty good. I think it got a little slow at one point, but I know it's going to build up right now.
Yeah. I want to finish watching The Rings of Power.
Rings of Power. That's next on my list, actually. But yeah, House of the Dragon, The Bear, and The Boys return on June.
Wow.
Yeah, they come back on June. All those 3 shows in June. So that's going to be amazing to see all those. That's why I'm trying to catch up with all these shows. Yeah. But besides that, I watched the part 2 of Invincible yesterday. So Invincible came back. It was really good. There's this really cool poster. It's right here if you guys want to see it. Yeah, I mean, I love Invincible. I love Invincible more than The Boys. So watching Invincible is great. And
that's why his skin is in Fortnite.
Possibly, yeah, because he just came back.
That's interesting.
So yeah, and great voice acting. I think a lot of people might think this show is a little slow just because there's not as much J.K. Simmons in this second season. But dude, regardless, like just everyone is fantastic. I honestly I love Mark Grayson and Invincible. So that's great. I want to talk a little bit about what we've heard. So there's a couple like movies news that's been going on. You've played this video game. I haven't played it a lot, but a live action Watch Dogs film is in the works. Sophie Wilde will star in the movie. What are your thoughts about them translating Watch Dogs from a video game to a movie?
I don't think it's a movie that'll translate well. I think you could just do a movie.
A thriller, like a action thriller
film, and you're done.
That's actually a good point.
I don't think it'll translate well. It's not like such a unique concept for people to be like, oh, that's Watch Dogs, you know? That's what I think about that.
Sophie Wilde or Wilde, she's the one from Talk to Me. She's the main one from Talk to Me. Now, I do want to talk to you about something that's been going on throughout like a lot of cinemas in the US. They're re-releasing like older movies into theaters nowadays.
I think they just did that to Shrek.
Yes. So Shrek 2 is a great example. They're going to release the Raimi Spider-Man movies back on theaters as well. Cool. So that is super sick. What is one movie that you're like, wow, I would want to watch that in a theater again or just experience that? What's a movie you want to bring back?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Don't even have to think about Lord of the Rings.
Interesting.
I never saw a single Lord of the Rings in theaters.
Dude, that's actually so good. Wow.
So to see it in theaters, the big sound.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you, when is
the 25th anniversary or something like that? Because usually whenever things like that happen, they put the movies back. So that's why people are theorizing that they're going to bring back Interstellar because it's going to be like 10 years since Interstellar. Nice. And dude, you've never seen Interstellar.
That would be a great way.
That is a movie experience. I didn't get to watch that in the theater. So
yeah. I think, because I didn't get to watch any Star Wars. Well, the newest trilogy, actually. I lie. But I was able to watch the new trilogy, the 1, 2, and 3. I got to watch the first one in theaters. So, a Star Wars movie too would be cool.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
But what about you? What movie would you like to see in theaters when it gets re-released or whatever?
Yeah, so there's my favorite movie of all time, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I would love to experience that in the theaters with all the sound and everything. I think it'll translate really well in theaters. Yeah. So 2001: A Space Odyssey is one that I really, really want to see on theaters because I never got the opportunity. There's talks about people of them bringing back The Mummy in theaters.
Oh my god!
With Brendan Fraser. That's a good one, huh? Where it's like, I'd love to see that in the big screen.
I would be so happy if we could
see that. Amazing soundtrack. So really great. What about a Disney movie?
A Disney movie that I'd like to see in theaters would definitely be High School Musical 1. Just kidding.
I was like, whoa.
No, well, I get to see most Disney movies, but yeah.
Yeah. No, let me see. Let me think of other ones.
What about a scary movie?
A scary movie to watch in theaters?
Paranormal Activity?
A24 is actually releasing with Hereditary as well in theaters, which I think is the scariest movie of all time.
Really?
I personally think that movie, I had to stop watching it, bro. Like, I really did. That's one of the scariest movies of all time. They're releasing that. I wouldn't watch that in theaters. I'm so sorry. I would walk out. I'm telling you right now.
I don't think a scary movie is good for us, but that's so cool. I love that they're doing that.
Definitely.
I think the theater also needs those type of things. And those
to bring it back type of thing. Yeah. Easy wins for the theaters for sure.
Yeah.
What is your favorite movie theater experience?
My favorite movie theater experience, I think when I think of best movie theater experience is Endgame. We had a great movie theater.
Great movie theater.
And it was the fight that Captain America had with Thanos, that moment right there. Because Captain America is my favorite MCU character. Even though he kind of changed a bit towards the end. I wish some of his morals hadn't changed as heavily as they did. But I get it's character development. It's all good. So that fight was really, the moment. I think everybody would agree when you see the hammer going up and you're just like, I freaking knew it was going to happen. You're in tears and everyone's cheering. And we have the perfect theater because it's tough to have the right balance of we're cheering, but we're shutting up when they're talking and stuff like that.
So yeah, they were loud and then they shut up right away, which is perfect.
I think the world and specifically the MCU have been chasing that since that happened.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, they reached it again with the Spider-Man movies, but that's it, bro. That's it.
That's a good
What about you, man? What's your favorite movie theater experience, dude?
For my favorite movie theater experience, I'd say Endgame was really good as well because, we had a good theater. So I think the theater does impact a lot of the experience that you're watching it because if you have a bad theater, that's so bad.
Yeah, it's worse.
But for example, for us, I watched No Way Home before you did, and I had an amazing theater, bro. I had a fantastic theater. Cool. The guy next to me was just as Spider-Man, just as me. We hugged when we saw Andrew Garfield. That's legit, amazing. We hugged, bro. I didn't know this guy next to me, and I hugged him.
That's amazing.
But then I watched it with you, and we had the worst theater experience.
Worst theater,
baby crying behind us. Yeah. People weren't
Which
even.
I get. We also went on a Tuesday afternoon or something.
Because I think we went on a Saturday.
I was leaving.
We watched it on a Saturday.
Maybe. No, but it was midday. It wasn't even late at night. But I still love that movie. But movie theater crowds are a big deal.
Definitely. A little bit more movie news real quick. Giancarlo Esposito says he wants to play Professor X in the MCU. Now, this is Los Pollos Hermanos.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Welcome to Los Pollos Hermanos.
You want to know a fun fact, bro? Serious thing. So I'm a church person. You guys probably know this by now. There was a meme going around of hey, look, there's this man and he's starting up his business and he needs help. And someone shared it and it's him, right? It's obviously a joke.
And him
but some hermana from my church shared it and she's like, please pray and help her. And I was like, come on, dude.
Oh, no.
He's selling crack. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Someone commented on
someone shared it. They shared it pray for this man. So funny. I think he'd do good.
He'd do solid, right? It'd be an interesting take.
I think it would be a great take. Honestly.
He's great.
It's so fascinating. And this is where I don't want to get political, but a lot of people don't like it when you change a character, right? And change the race and all these things. But we've had that character be pretty much spot on perfectly with Patrick Stewart and with James McAvoy. I also watched Split. Dude, I've been everywhere. We should have talked about that one. So I think that it's been perfectly casted. I think that role is ready for like a different type of like actor, different ethnicity. It'd be cool to see something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What do you think, bro?
He also added on. This was on the Fade to Black podcast. Mm-hmm. So Giancarlo Esposito says that him playing Professor X and Denzel Washington playing Magneto would be great. So that one was interesting about Denzel Washington. But what do you think? I think they're both some of the best actors of our generation, for sure.
Here's what I really think about this, brother. I think Denzel Washington is an amazing actor, one of the best of our generation.
For sure.
Say you just said it. But I think he's smart about what roles he picks.
That's a good point.
And I don't think Magneto is a role that he could play faithfully to the comics. He would change a lot of things and it would be an interesting take. I wouldn't mind seeing it in a movie or something, but as a universe, I don't know if him being in that role. Plus, I don't think he's a universe type of guy, you know, like I'm gonna do 7 of these movies. Like, I don't think he wants to do that. I honestly think he's too good for that. You know?
Wow, that's a great compliment and a great way to say no, don't do it. Just kidding.
Stay away.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, because Denzel, he's really good.
And he's older, so it's like you want at least a little bit younger. And Giancarlo Esposito, he's older, but he doesn't look that old. And we haven't seen him enough to be like, bro, you've been in everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen him in The Boys. He comes out in The Boys.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's one of like the CEOs on the top end. So like he's definitely intimidating. Definitely another role.
He's got the acting chops for it.
For sure.
But I just don't see Denzel Washington.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny though? We were speaking about Ready Player One. Dude, Steven Spielberg confirms Ready Player 2 is in development. Now, have you read the Ready Player 2 book or anything like that?
I have. I'm like a little more than halfway through it. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say it does not look as good as the first one at all. But again, I mean, because me and my wife just watched Ready Player One, we talked about the differences, and we were talking to my son about like, dude, you got to read the book. It's super good. He's like, give it to me. I want to read it. The changes that Steven Spielberg did, I think they were very good. Only one thing I would have changed from that movie, instead of The Shining, he should have done Back to the Future. That's my hot take on that. But making it a race instead of a D&D map, because in the book, if you've ever read the book, it's a D&D map. The first key, to get to the key, I think it works so much better on TV, on film, on screen, even though I love D&D. So I think if he makes the proper changes, do you know what it's about? Do you guys want a spoiler about what this is?
I have no idea what Ready Player 2 is about.
Do you want me to tell you or no?
Go ahead.
Okay. It picks up literally immediately after the first one. Like,
oh, wow.
No time has passed. He's like sitting down in his like tower, and then the egg he gave him has another clue. And it's like, go down to the basement of whatever and get the, and he pretty much goes down, and it's like I was going to say the Oculus, what is it called? The Oasis. Mm-hmm. But it comes with an injection that you like connect it and you feel everything. And it's like then it turns into the Matrix, right? Where
wow.
But it's like you connect yourself and then you feel and touch and everything. And so it's like real in that way. And that's kind of where it spreads off to. Mm-hmm. But then there's like this, there's this other safe thing that if they don't get like, I don't know what amount of clues, there's the Oasis is going to shut down. And so that it becomes that. That's the second, which is an interesting concept. Robert Downey Jr. is in this one, in the book.
Wait, what? No way.
Well, he comes out. He's like a character or whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
But there's a couple things that I'm just like, I don't think that's here nor there that they mentioned in the book. Stuff that I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely. That's awesome.
Sorry for that rant.
No, dude, thank you for the exposition and the storyline about that. But yeah, it's in development, and obviously I'm excited. I just hope it does as good as the first one, but I don't know how much he's going to change from the second one, especially because I did hear from the second one that it was not a flop, but like it was a downer compared to the first book. And obviously Ready Player One is my favorite fiction book of all time. Yeah. So
I honestly think from what I've read, I think he rushed it. And I think he was like, honestly, he was thinking like this would look good on a screen for the second one.
Okay.
Because like,
and I think go for it.
Yeah. But again, like even just including Robert Downey Jr., like I felt like that was because he's popping off in real life. Like if you read the first book, he'll mention characters like, or people, famous people like Will Wheaton, right? Who a lot of people don't know who Will Wheaton is, but if you're a nerd, you know who Will Wheaton is, right?
Wait, so the author Ernest Cline, he included Robert Downey Jr. in the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's not a character, but he like there's this task that you have to do with him.
Gotcha.
Whatever.
Dude, let me ask you this really quick question.
Ask me a quick question, brother.
Okay. From the Disneyland princesses, random, who would win in a Mortal Kombat tournament? The Disneyland princesses. Do you want to see the picture?
Yeah.
So you can see them?
Easy. I already know who wins.
Who do you think would win?
We're going to say it at the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mulan. Mulan, bro.
Although some got to give some honorable mentions Brave. To, Elsa, Brave.
Nah, Elsa ain't got nothing, bro.
Her powers, but what the heck is freaking Tangled gonna do with the frying pan? Pocahontas, I mean, who knows? Everyone else, Ariel, what? Mulan, she can breathe underwater?
And Brave, bro.
Yeah, Mulan and Brave are the ones that are gonna go.
Also, why are they using Ariel from the second film, bro? That's not her strongest form. They need to be using the one from the first film, bro.
Her strongest form.
Thought I would notice.
Agree. What about from the villains? I'm just kidding. I don't have a picture of that, but that's actually a good question. Dude, okay, so we've gotten actually like a lot of news. Like today we've gotten a lot of news. So J.K. Simmons on an interview today says that Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds should play Omni-Man in the live action Invincible movie because this is just in talks right now. What do you think about that? He said Ryan Reynolds first and then he was like, you know what? I got a better one, Hugh Jackman. And dude, it's because you got to understand like Omni-Man is for sure older, but he's like jacked.
Yeah. I definitely think Henry Cavill should play Omni-Man.
Really?
Why not?
I can see that for sure.
I think that's the best casting you could do, brother.
Dude, you know what? That's actually a good one because I've seen him angry.
Mustache?
Yeah.
Remember him with the mustache?
White hair on the sides.
And then he's already played Superman, so it's interesting to see him.
Oh my days. Yes. Perfect casting.
Hire me, J.K. Simmons.
What about for Mark Grayson, Invincible?
David Esparza, bro.
That's right. Let me get my Invincible suit right now.
No, but realistically, Tom Holland.
Screw you. Who would do a really good Mark Grayson? I mean, Steven Yeun, I think he can do it pretty well, but he's not.
What do you think about this, bro? Teen Titans live action Nightwing. That guy.
Steven Yeun? From Glee?
For that.
I see that. Somewhat. All right. But speaking of that, they actually announced today that the movie's in works. And Anna live action. They announced it today. So a live action Teen Titans movie is in the works. Announced today. Teen Titans. The girl who is writing Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, or something like that, is writing the script on this one. So I think that's a really good sign because like people are noticing her work from Supergirl, and they're like, Supergirl, and they're like, we should get her to write Teen Titans. What do you think about that? Thoughts? Give me right now.
They have to include Blue Beetle.
So they are, they're going to include Blue Beetle because of Cholo. They're going to, James Gunn also actually said that we're going to keep Cholo, the main guy from Blue Beetle. Yeah.
But did he say they're going to keep him for that same role?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
As Blue Beetle, yeah. I don't know if it's canon, his movie, but yeah.
Okay. I think it's good, man. I think Teen Titans is a movie you could easily do, bro. Like, and there's so much less pressure than the Justice League to do a movie like that. Yeah. I think it'd be really cool to do one, bro. But I have a question for you. What group of Teen Titans would you want, bro?
That's a great question because we've seen different groups like throughout the time and stuff like that. You know what's really interesting? I'm pretty sure they're also going to include Damian Wayne on this Teen Titans movie because they're going to introduce Batman, the Brave and the Bold with Robin as Damian Wayne. And you haven't seen it yet, but Teen Titans versus Justice League animation, I liked it. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think the storyline is pretty solid. I would for sure include Raven, for sure include Starfire, Beast Boy. Let's put Blue Beetle in there. Obviously, Dick Grayson. I would want Nightwing too. I think we should see Robin and Dick Grayson in like flashbacks. I think right now we should include just Nightwing as it is. You know what I mean? I would love Tim Drake, Red Robin for sure. It's tough. I don't know if we should include Superboy right away.
I think you have to.
I think you can include him later on, but I don't know if you can include him right away.
Now you can.
I think Superboy's, it's because I think Superboy's story is just so good.
I love it.
But it's just so hard to include right away.
But here's what you do, bro. You don't call him Superboy. Nobody knows who this cat is, man. He's just a cat who's got these powers. I don't know, you know? everybody will know he's Superboy, but the story can develop. Now, I think your cast is awesome, but I think it's way too big, bro. I don't think that's really
shorter.
Yeah, I think you need a group of 4 or 5 at most, bro.
5. Okay, so if it was 5, go ahead.
No, you.
So if it was 5, Starfire, obviously Robin or Nightwing. Sorry, Nightwing. Raven. Gotta include. Well, okay. Honestly, I'm just gonna have to put Blue Beetle and probably give me Damian Wayne then.
Nah, bro. You're talking more Robins, bro. You need to have Teen Titans, bro. So here's what you need. Blue Beetle, you kill him off first 5 seconds of the film. He was in it. That counts. Contractually, that works, bro. No, fine. Let's put in Blue Beetle because we have to, right? Blue Beetle. You gotta have. Give me one Robin. I don't give a freak which one. Starfire. Beast Boy, Cyborg.
I was thinking about Cyborg too, but
Cyborg has to be in there, bro.
It's tough, bro. It's really hard because like there's been different groups of Teen Titans, and
he was in a film recently, like the Justice League film. So maybe they'd move away from him and put in Superboy. But I think it's got to be those.
Super excited. You watched a little bit of actually Titans. What did you think about Breton as Dick Grayson?
Thought he was doing pretty good.
Yeah, and what do you think of James Gunn brings him back? Would you actually like that? As Nightwing?
For film, I don't know.
I think with the great script, I think he'll do really good.
He was really good. He was really good.
I can see definitely the vision with that. Besides that, dude, I don't have anything else, actually. You got any movie news or you're all set?
Here's all the movie news that I know, brother. I know that. Here's my last bit of movie news, bro. Allegedly, Eternals 2 just got officially canceled. This is a rumor, bro. Yeah. How do you feel about this? Good move, bad move? Is MCU learning?
I heard that they canceled it because they were afraid it was going to flop. Which I think
it was.
Yeah, I think it probably was. Although I feel very unfortunate for the cast, like the actors. You know, we got the guy from Game of Thrones on like the main receiving line. But I think it was a great move. Honestly, dude, I completely forgot about Eternals, bro. Yeah. And I mean, that movie had so much potential to do really well.
I think that's such a sad movie because that was the first big hit for an MCU fan where you went into a movie still with that like we're still alive, like everything's great, dude. MCU, what are they gonna do with these characters? They're so strong, and like I could literally feel the smile fading from my face. We also had a bad theater that time.
We did. Remember? I do.
But like I literally felt the smile fading from my face as I was watching this. I was like,
this isn't it.
This sucks.
This isn't it. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Besides, I think that movie has the best showcase of super speed. Maybe The Flash has good ones too, but that one had a really good, CGI for super speed. But dude, what a disappointment. And that's actually a good point. I think that's the first time, besides maybe Captain Marvel, where it was like, wow, this is a huge letdown.
Yeah. But good thing. I think it's good. I think let's focus on
learn the mistakes,
movies, man.
Yeah, we learn from the mistakes, and as long as they admit it and they move forward with doing the things that are right, then that's great.
Yeah, I agree, brother.
Awesome. Well, with that, I think that wraps up this episode of the Co-op Cinema Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I do want to say we've appreciated so much the support so far. Thank you to all the YouTube guys, TikTok guys. TikTok might shut down, but we'll still be here on YouTube, and I'll start uploading on Instagram too.
And I actually think just because TikTok might shut down, go follow us on YouTube or on Spotify or on any other platform if you enjoy this, even in the slightest. Why? Because please.
Yeah. And we try to do our best to entertain you guys and at least educate you guys with a little bit. But honestly, these movie news are so great to talk about with you.
Yes, sir.
So with that, thank you guys so much. God bless.
God bless you guys.